Hello and welcome back to the channel. Recently we got a lovely email from one of our viewers describing his transition from a normal life to life on wheels as tough. And yeah, guess what? It is tough. It was very tough for us. We didn't just wake up one day here, living in a caravan and working on the caravanning site. We've had some long journey first. So I would like to share our insights today. I would like to give you practical tips on how we managed our move from our house to life on wheels. So if you dream about living in a caravan or in a motorhome, perhaps you're in the middle of the transition already, keep watching, give me a thumbs up and let's dive in. I will give you some practical tips and share our experiences to hopefully point you in the right direction. In this video, I'm not going to dwell on our reasons why we decided to leave everything and everyone behind to start our life on wheels. Let's just say that we made a decision, and initially we thought of traveling in a motorhome for a year. That was our plan. So how did we break free from our jobs, our house, our old lives to follow our dream of living on wheels? I can't even tell you how many years we spent dreaming about a motorhome trip, dreaming about trying van life together, and all those discussions were finished with a statement, yes, when we retire, let's do it when we retire, yeah. But around the year 2017, we said, well, do we really want to wait for so long? Let's do it now. Let's do it while we are young, while we are fit, because we may never get to our retirement age. So what we did with Marek, once we discussed all the things which keep us in place, which ground us in place where we were, we started to brainstorm solutions and ideas how to release ourselves from those things. And there were literally 5 things and 5 points of our action plan to break free. So we devised an action plan and it had 5 points. The number one factor holding us where we were our jobs or careers. And this was one of the biggest sacrifices or more serious choices we had to make. But once we understood that we are not our job titles, and even despite our commitment, we will be replaced very quickly in our jobs, we were very serious about our work. We both loved our jobs, but for some time we were not happy in those jobs anymore. And that was the big thing. Once you realize that you are not your job title, you are much more than your job title, and that you work mostly, of course you work for your satisfaction, but you mostly work for money, to provide for yourself, to pay the bills and so on. Once you realize that and understand that you can pick up any job in the future which will provide money for your living, it's much easier to leave. So we wanted to travel so much that the solution with work problem was to either ask for an unpaid leave for a year or to leave. And despite many years of loyal service, none of our employers decided to give us a year of unpaid leave, so we left. Resigning from your work may seem like a big decision or difficult decision. For us, it was very easy. We were super determined to make our dream come true, and our work was in a way. So once you've made your decision and you are super committed and you are super determined to make it happen, it's not hard to hand in your resignation. Even if you've done your job for years, you did years of training, you worked really hard to get where you are. If it stops you from making your dream come true, the choice is easy. So we ended up resigning. Both of us resigned from our jobs. We were not allowed to take a year off, as you can imagine. But when we were leaving, we were understanding that we work for money and we can always pick up some simple work, either cleaning, fast food, waiting tables, picking vegetables or fruit. Really, there are so many jobs you can get into easily. it wasn't a problem for us, and we were not afraid of getting other jobs in the future to support ourselves, even if it means scrubbing tables in fast food chain. Number 2 was much harder. It was our stuff and dealing with stuff, with our possessions, with our belongings we accumulated over the years. So what we did, we started to sell things. At first we were selling, then we were giving away, then we were recycling and taking some stuff to the skip. So stuff was exhausting because you have no idea how much you have until you pull it all out from your cupboard, your cabinets, your loft, your basement. We had so much stuff. It took us 3 months to clear our junk. We kept very little. The only things we kept were books and some things which have sentimental value to us. Everything else had to go. And again, the choice was simple. There was very little we could take with us to our motorhome. We literally had to stick only to the necessary things. So most of the stuff had to go. Are you still with me? Are you still watching? We are getting to number 3. So we drew up our action plan on a flip chart, and it had loads of different tasks. The list was enormous, but every day we were doing one thing towards our goal and we were crossing it out, and that kept us going. So I recommend this strategy. Number 3, subscriptions, contracts, commitments, memberships. Probably the easiest way to find out how many subscriptions and contracts and responsibilities you have is to go through your direct debits on your account, on your bank account, and you will realize how many things tie you up and how many things you have to pay for every month, and you have to work for them to pay for them. So the nasty one for us was BT, and I remember to this day that we had to pay £300 to cancel, not even cancel, to just end our contract with BT, which we signed up for 2 years at that time. That was back in 2018. And they said, okay, yeah, we can cancel your contract, but you have to pay for the period, you have to pay for the service you would have received over those 2 years. And that was £300. And we paid because we wanted to be free. So we literally had to buy ourselves out. So check your subscriptions, your gym membership, your streaming services, your mobile phone provider. The earlier the better. Check what are the terms, whether you can cancel it, whether you have a rolling contract, and try to break yourself free. Start to break yourself free from those commitments. Because once you start your life on the road or in a caravan, in the same place, even once you start your life on wheels, you will probably not need most of these contracts and most of those services you are paying for today. Number 4, your car. You may be lucky and you may keep it. It might be useful. If you decide to live in a caravan and you're going to use your regular car to tow it, brilliant. But if you want to live in a motorhome or in a static house, in a static caravan, you will probably need to get rid of your car. We used to have 2 cars and we sold both of them. We still had a motorhome, so this was our only car. Towards the end of our transition period, we only had a motorhome. So it may be a bit tricky, especially with insurance. We obviously sold it for much less than what we paid, so this was again a financial loss. But we couldn't take those 2 cars with us on our motorhome trip. We didn't want to put them in the storage. We were not sure whether they will be still roadworthy after leaving them for a year. So we sold them. Yeah, we lost loads of money. But again, they were on the way to our goal. So the choice was simple. They had to go. Are you still with me? Did you give me a thumbs up if you find this video interesting? I believe that if you are still watching, you do find it interesting. So I hope you will like, comment, and maybe even subscribe to my channel. Number 5, ladies and gents. Number 5 is super important, and it is money. It is income in your new lifestyle. Okay, so if you decide, just like us, to resign from your job, what are you going to live on? How are you going to support yourself? So this is something we neglected a bit, really. We were using our savings, and the plan was to use our savings to support ourselves in the first year, or the one and only year of freedom. We were not worried too much about money because we knew that once we get back, even if we will have debts, we will pay it back, we'll start working full-time again, and everything will go back to normal. But you have to consider the costs of fuel, the costs of living, basically, food, clothes. What are you going to do if you get sick, if you are unwell, if your car breaks down? So you need to work out how much money you need to survive every month, and have something in reserve, have some savings for any emergency situations, like if your car breaks down somewhere, or if your caravan has a fault, whatever, things happen. So make sure you have means to survive. I hate to disappoint you, but if you were hoping for some solutions, quick and easy solutions to your transition drama, there isn't one. It was a lengthy process. It took us a year to get ready to move out from our house and shut the door behind us. So be patient. But what really helped us, the two things which really helped us on this journey, were our action plan on the huge flip chart, and only sharing our idea with people who were positive and they were supportive of it. So there were people around us who we knew were either scared or didn't understand our idea and our desire for this life change. So we just didn't share it with them. So I think this is quite a wise thing to do. Anyway, talking about money, I didn't mention the property, the house. So maybe I should, because that's a big part, and it's linked to money. So if you are renting, it's easy, you just give up your rental property. If you own the house, like us, you may have to consider two options. You could either sell your house, which I don't recommend, or rent it. We couldn't afford to travel in a motorhome for a year and to keep up with our mortgage payments after we resigned from our jobs. So we rented our house initially for a year, but we are still renting it to this day. And this is probably a topic for a separate video, how we manage our rent, how we manage renting of our house. So if you are interested, if you would like to know how it works in the UK, how it works for us, because it works really well for us, I'm happy to share our experiences in another video. Just comment and write that you would like to see a video like that about how we organized renting of our house. I really hope my little video will help you on your journey during your transition from a normal life to life on wheels. And trust me, even without any other life drama, the transition from living a normal life to life on wheels is difficult, and it is tough. And if you add other difficult circumstances such as divorce or relationship breakdown or health problems, mental health problems, it will be even harder. But it is possible. It took us a year. It took us a year, and we had to make many sacrifices and many tough choices on the way, but we were focused on our goal, we were focused on our action plan, we were focused on our huge flip chart, which seemed amazing, huge, overwhelming, impossible to achieve. But every day, each day we were crossing out one thing, and each day we were trying our best to do at least one thing which will move us closer to the goal. So please let me know, perhaps you've been through it, you've been through a similar process. Give advice to other viewers who may be watching this video dreaming about their life on wheels. And before I finish, please remember that you may foresee many different challenges and events, like the fact that your motorhome may break down, or that your health will get worse. What are you going to do then? Please have a plan B. And you really need a place you can come back to. So talk to your family and friends. And I hope you have at least one supportive person in your life who will put you up for a few days if things go from bad to worse, or if you simply decide that this lifestyle is not for you. It is not what you were hoping for. It is not what you expected. What are you going to do then? Because it's not all rosy. So have an emergency plan, have a backup plan, and then take a plunge. Okay, I would love to know where you are in your journey, in your transition, whether you are dreaming about this lifestyle, you are already taking action to achieve it, or maybe you've done it and you live on wheels just like me. Thank you very much for your attention, and if you would like to see more videos from me, consider subscribing to our channel, Freedom Seekers. Each time we release a new video, you will get a notification. Just remember to hit the button, subscribe, and click on the bell to receive notifications from us. Thank you for your time, and see you in the next video. I'm looking forward to answering to your comments. We love them and we answer to every single one. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Good luck. Bye bye.